It's surely the proper camp cliche at this point of the preseason. The Saints are tired of hitting the Saints. Good evening from the Greenbrier. I'm Mike Neighbors, continuing CST's coverage of Saints Training Camp 2015. The Saints definitely looking to hit somebody besides their teammates at this point, and coming up, well, they're going to get their chance. The first preseason game kicks off Thursday night in just a few days in Baltimore against the Ravens. Now, today's practice, kind of a change of pace to what we've seen the last couple days. Marcus Colston not in action today. He was on the sidelines. The Saints in shoulder pads and in shorts. Sean Payton and company working on 2-minute offense, a lot of red zone work. And I asked him today, has he gotten enough work in with his football team as he approaches his first exhibition game?
I think when we play this first preseason game fits with the time we're here. Everything doesn't have to be in. There's certain situations you cover in the event. But I think it comes at the right time.
Sean Payton wouldn't tell us how much Drew Brees or the ones would play on both sides of the football, but we do know this, they won't play for long. Of course, this first preseason game, all about the reinforcements, and one of those has really made the most of his opportunities so far. That would be second-year safety Vinny Sinceri. You know, with the absence of Jarris Byrd, Raphael Bush has taken advantage, and so has Vinny. The former fifth-round pick out of Alabama has 3 interceptions in this camp, and the second-year spunky safety tells us after practice today he really enjoys making the most of each and every chance.
It's a shame that Jerry is out right now, but got to be able to step up in certain situations, and got to make the most of your opportunities. And I'm just trying to go out there and do what the coaches tell me to do, and with the guys that we have, it makes it really easy.
Grasping the playbook, this is his second year now, and that's what we need him to do, is make plays. Alabama, he made a ton of plays, and that's what's expected of him.
Vinny Sinceri, a guy to watch. This New Orleans Saints team had a great preseason a year ago here in West Virginia, but suffered a season-ending injury. He's hoping for better things this time around. Well, Sean Payton in today's post-practice press conference had an interesting comment. He says he's in favor of 4 preseason games, and he backed up that statement by saying, you know what, it gives time for guys to make a roster. Well, Payton's track record surely gives credence to that. Pierre Thomas, Chris Ivory, Junior Gillette, guys that came in as free agents, played well in the preseason, and made this football team. A guy last year, another example. How about outside linebacker Kasim Edebali? This guy is a fantastic story. Didn't play football until his senior year in high school, and with the absence of Gillette this time around, will get more opportunities. Opportunities he's poised to make the most of.
I'm a team player. Whatever position the team needs me in, I'm ready to do. No matter whether it's in pass rush, special teams, I'm just ready to go when my name is called.
Getting more playing time is the goal for the surprise of last year's training camp. Kasim Edebali isn't taking anything for granted a year later, though. This offseason, he worked out in South Florida with teammate Cam Jordan and Denver's All-Pro linebacker Von Miller. An offseason where this Saint wanted to get better in all areas.
Just a little bit of everything. I was down in Miami, and there was a couple good vets I met, and just look what they do. And I just like to look what guys who came before me do good and just see what works for me. Just work on it, be precise, and then just get better.
He's a worker and a quick study. No NFL player has the track record Kasim entered the league with. He only played 1 year of high school football, and that was at the club level. And then he came to the States and played at Kimball Union Academy as part of the USA Football International Student Program before earning a scholarship to Boston College. Still, Kasim played in all 16 games for New Orleans last season, where he had 11 solo tackles, 2 sacks, a forced fumble, and 12 special team stops. Just talk about how he's improved even from last year.
Well, he's improved because he's such a passionate player, and he's growing. He's learned a lot of football, and he's a guy that just loves the game and works at an unbelievable pace.
It's your football IQ, and I feel like last year I was worried about that one person in front of me. How can I beat him? And now you see schemes, you see the backfield set, and everything slows down a little bit because you understand what's coming at you.
No Saint has had to come farther from home to make it to the big time. The Hamburg, Germany native is used to beating the odds and knows taking the long road is a huge reason he never stops working.
Yeah, I'm definitely used to it. I started getting recruited for college. I'm a kid from Germany, grew up in Germany, came over here, barely spoke English. So I'm used to it. But at the end of the day, it's all about the work you put in and then the production you put on the field.
Kasim Edebali, a big reason we love covering training camp. Always a good story seemingly every year with the free agent making this team under Sean Payton. Well, we're just getting started here in our coverage at the Greenbrier. Coming up next, our daily camp counselor, the Cajun Cannon Bobby Hebert, is going to break down the Saints quarterbacks and what he expects to see in their first preseason game. That's next.
Saints training camp is brought to you by Take 5 Oil Change, the fastest oil change on the planet, and by Louisiana Cat, your statewide dealer for Caterpillar equipment in Louisiana.
Welcome back to the Greenbrier. Our coverage of Saints Training Camp 2015 continues, and it's our camp counselor segment, and it's our first camp counselor. And Bobby Hebert, you should be honored because you are our first repeat guest. Are you honored or what?
Yeah, I'm honored, but is the check in the mail or that doesn't count, or is this a freebie? Well, I guess since I like you so much, I'll do it.
Let's get to the questions. Anyway, let's start off with the first preseason game coming up. You've been out here for almost 2 weeks now.
Right.
What stands out that you really want to see?
Well, you just want to see aggressive play and not foolish play. I mean, aggressive but know what you're doing. Obviously, you're going to have mental buzz, but I think the Ravens are a good measuring stick simply because you know they can be tough in the trenches, both offensive line, defensive line. So, yeah, you get a good feel. The guys up front, what they're doing. The score obviously doesn't matter. It looks like Coach Payton, the rotation is going to go with the young quarterbacks. I can see Drew Brees having a series and then getting out, and then a great opportunity for Ryan Griffin, and I think Garrett Grayson. I think McCown, just looking at the reps today in practice, I think he'll probably be like a player coach, advising those young guys. But a great opportunity for Ryan Griffin. And I tell you what, Garrett Grayson, I don't know if the light's starting to click, but he's gotten better since the picnic practice. I've watched him, boy. He was outstanding 2 days in a row and had a good 2-minute drill today. So, hey, sometimes all of a sudden you can go from the outhouse to the penthouse, and it's just because you're feeling confident. And then sometimes you don't want to get overconfident because you could be from the penthouse to the outhouse right quick.
So you've been through all of this before. Get in the head of Garrett Grayson, though. He wanted to go to either Denver or New Orleans and learn under a Peyton Manning or a Drew Brees. And just talk about the mindset he must have in this kind of situation.
Well, he's in a great situation. He's not going to be thrown to the wolves. You know, a lot of times these young quarterbacks and what they have invested in them, they want them to have success right away. And that's not always the case. So, look, if he can learn under Drew and Drew can hang, 2 or 3 years and be the starter, and then if he's worth his salt, he should be ready to roll after that. It's a process. You just have to humble yourself and look at the long haul. Think long-term instead of short-term.
And obviously we're not going to see Brees, but to me it's an interesting dynamic with this backup. Ryan Griffin is used to the playbook. He's had his moments here, but Luke McCown's kind of that safe backup quarterback. Right. How do you handicap which guy is going to be on this team?
Well, I look at it this way. I think Luke McCown, there's a reason why he's had double-digit NFL career. I think, God forbid, if Drew was to get hurt, if it's short-term, let's say 2 or 3 games, I would want Luke McCown to be the backup because he's played in real games. Now, if Drew was ever out, and I think the season's kind of over anyway. It don't matter who would be a quarterback. So then you tend to go with the younger guys over Ryan Griffin, then over Luke. But right now, I think just for insurance purposes, I think Luke McCown has an advantage because of his experience. But they both played well last preseason, so they can have the opportunity again this year. Whether Coach Payton says this or not, Gary Grayson is redshirted, and he's not going anywhere. But it'll be interesting to see what's going to happen with McCown and Griffin. But I think what I've seen from Griffin, that he can play in the NFL. And if this could be a job, get 10, 11, 12 years. Obviously, you want to be the man, but it's a pretty good gig. I've said this about the McCowns. You look at Josh and Luke. Now, obviously, Josh, more opportunity as a starter, but it's almost like the poor man Mannings. Think of the odds having 2 boys to have double-digit careers at quarterback in the NFL. You just don't see that.
And it's a tough call for the Saints because you want to give Ryan Griffin an opportunity with somebody else, but you also want to look-see here. Well, listen, I appreciate your time, and maybe a gift card is on the way. How about that?
Yes. I like freebies. I like that.
A cliffhanger. Stay tuned on that. We thank the Cajun Cannon, Bobby Hebert. We'll be right back with the quote of the day from here at the Greenbrier. Back to the Greenbrier, everybody, as CST's coverage of Saints Training Camp 2015 continues. Time for our quote of the day. We've been lucky. We've had one each and every day here at Saints Training Camp. You know, the guys have been here for about 2 weeks, and they have 2 or 3 off days. Lots to do here in the mountains and, of course, at the Greenbrier Resort. But if you ask many of the Saints players, they say on the top of their priority list, they want to take a nap. Yeah, they want to heal and rest, as many of them are trying to make this football team. Zach Strief may be one of the exceptions. Yeah, he likes naps, but he was asked what his favorite, post-practice activity would be, and he gave us a creative answer.
The resort's amazing. I tell everyone, I would love to have, a couple of 12-year-old boys to bring back and hang out, and have sons one day, because it's a cool place and there's so much to do. Unfortunately, yeah, it's a resort, and yet what I'm doing here is not very resort-like, so my off days last year were spent floating in a pool.
Zach Strief never disappoints. His offensive lineman, always good interviews. Well, that wraps up this show. We'd like to thank our camp counselor, WWL's Bobby Abear, the Cajun Cannon. I'm Mike Neighbors. We'll see you again on Friday.